like these lights and see the way to you, and let us say Amen.
Thank you. Thank you, Robin. Thank you, Jess. I'm reading the poem in 126 at the bottom, the poem by Chaim Nachman Bialik. The sun on the treetops no longer is seen. Come gather to welcome the Shabbat, our queen. Behold her descending, the holy, the blessed, and with her the angels of peace and of rest. Draw near, and here abide. Draw near, O Sabbath bride. Peace also to you, you angels of peace. Page 130, Psalm 95. Lechu neranena, lechu neranena, lechu neranena l'Adonai. 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 נריע נריע לצור אישנו נקדמה פניו בתודה. נריע נריע לצור אישנו בזמירות נריע לו. You got more prayer books over there? No, the shul is not open. I'll give you the key in a second. Sit. I'll sort them in. We got a spontaneous congregation here. Spontaneously, people who came spontaneously because they want the shul. Okay, I'll sort them out. Let's move to Or Zarua. Yeah. Here we are. 132 Or Zarua, and you'll give me a second. To you, Rory.
Or Zarua la tzadik ul yishrelev simcha. Or Zarua la tzadik ul yishrelev simcha. O Zarua la tzadik ul yishrelev simcha. Ul yishrelev simcha. O Zarua la tzadik ul yishrelev simcha. Ul yishrelev simcha. O Zarua la tzadik ul yishrelev simcha. O Zarua la tzadik ul yishrelev simcha. O Zarua la tzadik ul yishrelev simcha. Ul yishrelev simcha. O Zarua la tzadik ul yishrelev simcha. Ul yishrelev simcha. La 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 la. La 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 la.
133, we conclude, thanks to Rory, we conclude Psalm 97 and we start Psalm 98. The Eternal One is sovereign. Let the earth exalt and the many islands rejoice. Dense clouds are around God. Righteousness and justice are the base of God's throne. O you who love God, hate evil, God, guard the lives of your loyal one, saving them from the hand of the wicked. Light is some for the righteous and radiance for the upright. O you righteous, rejoice in the eternal and acclaim God's holy name. The psalm, sing to God a new song, for you have worked wonders. Your right hand, your holy arm have won you victory. Eternal one, you have shown your victory, displayed your justice in the sight of the nations. You were mindful of your love and faithfulness toward the house of Israel. All the end of the earth, behold the victory of our God. 134, Hariu l'Adonai kol haaretz, pitzchu v'radenu v'zameru. 134, third line, Zamru l'Adonai bechinor.
Zamru l'Adonai bechinor, bechinor v'kol zimra, b'chatzot v'kol shofar. Hariu lifnei hamelech Adonai, yiram hayam ישפוט תבל בצדק ועמים במישרים ירום יבום לו תבל ויושביה נהרות ימחאו קו יחד הרים ירננו.
Thanks, Jess. Page 136. Have you found it? Have you managed? Brilliant. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You locked the office back? All good? Yeah. Okay, brilliant. We got dedicated congregants who just showed up. 136, 137, Psalm 29. Mizmor David, Havur Adonai Deri. Mizmor David, Havur Adonai Bagdelim. Hay, Havur Adonai Kavod Ve'oz, Havur Adonai Kavod Shemo. Ishtachavu l'Adonai behadot kodesh, kol Adonai al hamayim, el hakavod hiri Adonai al mahim rabim, hay, kol Adonai ba'koach, kol Adonai be'ahada. כל אדוני שובר ארזים, וישבר אדוני את ארזי הלבנון, ויקידם כמו עגל, לבנן וסיריון כמו בן רמים, ויקידם כמו עגל, לבנון וסיריון כמו רמים, כל אדוני חוצב להבות אש, כל אדוני יחיל מדבר, יחיל אדוני מדבר קדש, כל אדוני יכול אל הילוד, ויחשוף יערות, ובכולו כולו אומר כבוד, אדוני למבול ישב, וישב אדוני מלך לעולם, אדוני עוז לעמו ייתן, אדוני יברך את עמו בשלום. Usually I do a Sephardi version. Today that's an Ashkenazi version, so that's my chance to extend a warm welcome to all those who join us since we started. Hello and Shabbat Shalom. Hello everyone. I see many people. I greet you all. I greet you all. I greet you all. Welcome. Thanks for being with us in this hard week. And for those who are away geographically but still joining us, welcome. So with that, we can reflect on last week and where we've been last week, and how we were and who we were, and now that this is really the threshold of 2022, it's not the celebration of the New Year Day, this is now when we start. And in the long run, the routine is best. Weeks of routine, weeks of blessed routine are the best. So it's nice to move away from the special time zone to the regularity, and I wish for us all to settle in nicely in our routine, whatever your routine is, and let the year just move on week after week, month after month, with no special drama and no special anything, just weeks of productive labor in good faith and in serenity. That's what I'm wishing us all. 138, 139, Rory will lead us via Lecha Dodi.
Lecha Dodi לקראת קהלה, פני שבת נקבלה. lecha Dodi לקראת קהלה, פני שבת נקבלה. שמור וזכור בדיבור אחד, השמיענו אל המיוחד, אדוני אחד ושמו אחד. לשמו תפארת ולתהילה. lecha Dodi לקראת קהלה, פני שבת נקבלה. lecha Dodi לקראת קהלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לקראת שבת לכו ונלכה, כי היא מקור הברכה, מראש מתקדם נסוכה, סוף מעשה במחשבה תחילה. לך דודי לקראת קהלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת קהלה, פני שבת נקבלה. התעוררי, התעוררי, כי באורך קומי אורי, אורי אורי שיר דברי, כבוד אדוני הלך תגלה. לך דודי לקראת קהלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת קהלה, פני שבת נקבלה. בואי ושלום עטרת בעלה, גם בשמחה ובצלה, תוך אמוני עם סגולה. בואי חלה, בואי חלה, לך דודי לקראת קהלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת קהלה, פני שבת נקבלה.
Thank you, Rory. As for Mizmor Shir Leyom HaShabbat, Psalm 192, page 140, I want to bring to you the tune of Gabriel Halevi that visited our congregation some years back. See, we're exactly 40 people here. Welcome, 40 machines. Welcome. We are more than 40 people. And this is a tune we sometimes use and people not necessarily capture it, so that's a good chance to just hear it as is. The words, Mizmor Shir Leyom HaShabbat, Psalm for the Shabbat, Psalm 92, page 140, and here how it goes. Just a second. Share, we are.
la la la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, la la. מזמור שיר ליום השבת, טוב להודות לאדוני. מזמור שיר ליום השבת, טוב להודות לאדוני. להגיד בבוקר חסדך, באמונתך בלילות. להגיד בבוקר חסדך, באמונתך בלילות. מזמור שיר ליום השבת, טוב להודות לאדוני. מזמור שיר ליום השבת, טוב להודות לאדוני. להגיד בבוקר חסדך, באמונתך בלילות. להגיד בבוקר חסדך, באמונתך בלילות. לי 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 לה לה לה, לי 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 לה לה לה, לי 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 לה לה לה, לי 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 לה לה לה, la 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 la. la la. מזמור שיר ליום השבת, טוב להודות לאדוני. מזמור שיר ליום השבת, טוב להודות לאדוני. להגיד בבוקר חסדך ואמונתך בלילות. להגיד בבוקר חסדך באמונתך בלילות.
Gabriel is the elderly guy there in the picture. A psalm, a song for the Shabbat. It is good to praise God and to sing hymns to your name, O Most High, to proclaim your steadfast love at daybreak and your faithfulness each night. With a 10-stringed harp, with the voice and the lyre together, you have gladdened me by your deeds, O God. I shout for joy at your handiwork. How great are your works, Eternal One! How very subtle your designs. A brute cannot know and a fool cannot understand it. The righteous bloom like a dead palm. They thrive like a cedar in Lebanon, planted in the Eternal One's house. They flourish in our God's court. In old age, they still produce fruit. They are full of sap and freshness, attesting that God is upright, my rock. In him, there is no wrong. Tzaddik Atamar to you, Jess.
צדיק אתה יפרח יפרח, צדיק אתה יפרח, כרס בלבנון יזכה, כרס בלבנון יזכה, כרס בלבנון יזכה, יזכה, כרס בלבנון יזכה, כרס בלבנון יזכה, כרס בלבנון יזכה, יזכה. שתולים בבית אדוני, שתולים בבית אדוני, בחצרות אלוהינו, בחצרות אלוהינו, בחצרות אלוהינו יפריחו, בחצרות אלוהינו, בחצרות אלוהינו, בחצרות אלוהינו יפריחו. עוד ינובון משיבה, עוד ינובון משיבה, בשנים ורעננים, בשנים ורעננים, בשנים ורעננים יהיו, בשנים ורעננים, בשנים ורעננים, בשנים ורעננים יהיו. להגיד כי ישר אדוני, להגיד כי ישר אדוני, צורי ולא עוולת בו, 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 צורי ולא עוולת בו.
Thanks, Jess. And with that, we move from the Kabbalat Shabbat to the evening service, starting with the Reader's Kaddish in 144. And then I'd like to move from the contemporary music back to the ancient music, to the Rossi. I've brought that Baruch Hu before, but I bring it in a arrangement in a performance that I wasn't bringing it before, and the tune is one of the best on earth. So 144, Reader's Kaddish by Rory, and then a video of the Baruch Hu. Let's continue.
Yitkadash Shemei Rabbah. Amen. Alma divrach kirutei v'yamlich malchutei v'chayechon uvyomechon v'chayedachol Beit Yisrael B'gala b'zman kariv v'imru Amen. Yesh me'raba mevorach לעולם ולעולמי עלמיה יתברך. יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל. May the good Shabrichu Leila min kol birchata v'shirata Tushbachata v'nechemata Dahamiran be'alma Ve'imru
Page 146, Baruch Hu. So just to clarify, this piece was written 500 years ago, and the first piece, Samachti, Psalm 122, was written 20 years ago. It's about the vividness, the richness of Jewish musical heritage for the last while. 148. Blessed are you, eternal O God, ruler of the universe, who speaks the evening into being, whose wisdom opens heaven's gates, whose understanding changes times and seasons, and who arranges the stars in the heavenly courses according to plan. You are creator of day and night, rolling light away from darkness and darkness from light, transforming day into night and distinguishing one from the other. Adonai Tzvaot is your name, ever living God. May you reign over us into eternity. Blessed are you, eternal one, who brings us evening. Baruch atah Adonai Ha'mariv Aravim. Ahavat Olam and Shema, 150, 152.
Ahavat Olam Beit Yisrael Amhavta משפטים. אותנו לימדת, אותנו לימדת. על כן אדוני אלוהינו בשופטינו קומנו, נשיח בחוקיך, ונשמח בדברי תורתך, ומצוותיך לעולם ועד. כי הם חיינו, ואורך ימינו, ובהם נהגה יום ולילה, נהגה יום ולילה, ואהבתך אל תסיר ממנו לעולמים. ברוך אתה אדוני, אוהב עמו ישראל.
Jess, we move to you. We move to you, Jess, for the Shema. You should love the eternal God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your might. Take to heart these instructions with which I charge you this day. Impress them upon your children, recite them when you stay at home and when you are away, when you lie down, when you get up. Bind them as a sign on your hand, and let them be a symbol before your eyes. Inscribe them on your doorposts of your house and on your gates. למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אדוני אלוהיכם אמת. 158. מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נדע בקודש, נורא תהילות אוסף אלה, מלכותך ראו בניך, בוקע ים לפני משה ומרים, זה אלי ענו ואמרו, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. Thus it is said, God had redeemed Jacob from a hand stronger than his own. Blessed are you, eternal one, for redeeming Israel, V'chata Adonai. Ga'al Israel, 160 at the bottom. Let us read the English and then Jess, right? Jess will do the Ufos Aleinu, 160. Grant, you can join me. Grant, O God, that we lie down in peace and rise us up, our sovereign, to life renewed. Spread over us the shelter of your peace and guide us with your good counsel. For your name's sake, be our help. Shield and shelter us beneath the shadow of your wings. Defend us against enemies, illness, war, famine, and sorrow. Distance us from wrongdoing. For you, God, watch over us and deliver us. For you, God, are gracious and merciful. God, are going and coming to life and to peace evermore. Blessed are you, Eternal One, whose shelter of peace is spread over us and over all of you people Israel and over Jerusalem. ברוך אתה אדוני, הפורס כת שלום עלינו ועל כל עמו ישראל ועל ירושלים.
ופרוס עלינו סוכת שלומך, ופרוס עלינו סוכת שלומך, ברוך אתה אדוני הפורס סוכת שלום עלינו ועל כל עמו ישראל ועל ירושלים, ופרוס עלינו סוכת שלומך, ופרוס עלינו סוכת שלומך, ברוך אתה אדוני הפורס סוכת שלום עלינו ועל כל עמו ישראל ועל ירושלים ועל ירושלים ועל ירושלים,
אוקיי, אוקיי. ושמרו. You're muted, you're muted.
ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ, וביום השביעי שבת וינפש.
164. Adonai שפתי תפתחו פי יגיד תהילתך. Eternal God, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו ואדוני אלוהינו ואמותינו, אלוהי אברהם, אלוהי יצחק ואלוהי יעקב, אלוהי שרה, אלוהי רבקה, אלוהי רחל ואלוהי לאה, האל הגדול הגיבור והנורא, אל עליון גומל חסדים טובים וקונה הכל, וזוכר חסדי אבות ואמהות, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם למען שמו באהבה, מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן. ברוך אתה אדוני מגן אברהם ועזרת שרה. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיה מתים אתה רב להושיע, משיב הרוח ומוריד הגשם, מזריח השמש ומוריד הטל, מכלכל חיים בחסד, מחיה מתים ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומכה אמונתו לישני עפר. מי כמוך בעל גבורות, ומי דומה לך מלך ממית ומחיה ומצמיח ישוע, ונאמן אתה לחיות מתים, ברוך אתה אדוני מחיה המתים. 170. אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלה, ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש, אמן. 173. May these hours of rest and renewal open our hearts to joy and our minds to truth. May all who struggle find rest on this day. May all who suffer find solace. May all who hurt find healing on this day. May all who despair find purpose. May all who hunger find fulfillment on this day. May this day fulfill its promise. ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת רצה. To you, Rory.
רצה אדוני אלוהינו בעמך ישראל, ותפילתם באהבה תקבל, ותהי לרצון תמיד עבודת ישראל. עמך עמך אל קרוב לחוק רב, פני על עבדיך וחננו, שבוך רוחך עלינו, ותחזינה עינינו. בשופע לציון ברחמים, ברוך אתה אדוני המחזיר שכינתו
מודים אנחנו לך שאתה הוא אדוני אלוהינו ואלוהי אבותינו ואימותינו לעולם ועד. צור חיינו מגן ישנו, צור חיינו מגן ישנו, אתה הוא לדור ודור, לדור ודור. נודה לך ונספר תהילתך, על חיינו המסורים בידיך, ועל נשמותינו הפקודות לך, ועל ניסיך שבכל יום עמנו, ועל נפלותיך וטובותיך שבכל ערב בבוקר בצהריים, ערב בבוקר בצהריים, חתוך כי לא חלום רחמך, והמרחם כי לא תמו חסדיך לעולם, קיווינו לך, קיווינו לך. קיווינו לך.
And final blessing, Shalom Rav, to you, Rory.
שלום רב על ישראל, עמך תשים לעולם, כי אתה הוא מלך אדון לכל השלום. וטוב בעיניך לברך את עמך ישראל בכל עת ובכל שעה בשלומך ברוך אתה המברך את עמו ישראל בשלום. Amen.
Blessed are you, Eternal One, who blesses your people in peace. My God, guard my speech from evil, my lips from deception. Help me to be ever modest, holding my tongue even when people slander me. Open my heart to your Torah that I may pursue your mitzvot. And as for all who think evil of me, cancel their design, frustrate their scheme. So we act for the act of you, for the sake, act for your own sake, for the sake of your power, for the sake of your holiness, for the sake of your Torah, so that your loved one may be rescued, saved with your power, and answer me. יהיו לרצון אמרי פי, והגיון לי בלפניך, אדוני צורי וגואלי. May the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable to you, God, my rock and my redeemer. עושה שלום ממרומיו, ויעשה שלום עלינו, על כל ישראל, על כל בני אדם, ויאמרו אמן. May the one who makes peace in the highest places make peace over us, over all of Israel, and all the inhabitants of the world, as we say, amen. Amida formally ends on the previous page. Say, המברך את עמו ישראל בשלום. With that, we
עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ויאמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ועל כל יושבי תבל ויאמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ויאמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ועל כל יושבי תבל ויאמרו אמן.
Thanks for that. Thanks for that. That's a good chance once again to greet all those I haven't greeted so far. So thanks for coming. People have your side, and I managed to call them, or I didn't manage to call them, like you, Barbara Ludman. Thanks for being here. And Carla, thanks for coming from Ireland, and Maya and many others. Thanks all for being with us. The new conversion year of the class people are here. And Ruth, Greg, and Janice, the Jordans, welcome, and so on. And the family of Margaret and Liba. Yeah. Everyone are welcome. Everyone are welcome. Great to have you. And the regulars are also very important. It's the regulars who make it happen. Okay, you know what's happening now. Page 511, and we're praying for healing and well-being. There is one name we used to say, and we're not going to say it anymore. And if there are any other names you'd like to mention, people, we pray for renewal of body, renewal of spirit. Maybe it's us, ourselves. You want to ask for yourself. You can say in the chat or loud or in the heart.
David Lewis.
משברך לאבותינו מקור הברכה לאמותינו. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. משברך אמותינו מקור הברכה לאבותינו. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen.
Shabbat Shalom, Chaverim. Shabbat Shalom, dear friends. Shabbat Shalom. The word was created with a speech, with an act of talking, of God generating words, and this words creating a reality. God said, let there be light, and there was light. Saying a word is an act of creation, is manifesting in the reality what was not there before. As Psalm 33 says, by the word of the Lord were the heavens all made, and all the host of them by the breath of God's mouth. And when God creates human, the tiara, as we say, Nezer Abriya, the tiara of the creation that he has made in his image, God gives the humans the ability to speak, to talk, as he do in Genesis chapter 2, when brings all the animals to the humans, and out of the ground the Lord God formed every beast of the field and every fowl of the earth, and brought them unto Adam to see what name would he call them. And whatsoever Adam called every living creature, that was its name thereof. And Adam gave names to all the cattle and all the fowl in the air, and to every beast of the field. And here in this parasha, we are ending with concluding the words, with using the words, not even once, but twice. Thou shalt tell your child on that day. Twice it appears in our verse, in our chapter 13. And thou shalt say, it's okay. Sorry for that. Verse 8, and thou shalt show them to your son, saying, this done because of which the Lord did to me when I came out of Egypt. This is the first time, and the second time, verse 14. And it shall be when your son asks you in the time to come, saying, what is this? And thou shalt say to him, by strength of hand the Lord brought us out of Egypt from the house of bondage. Speaking is not just for the, what we say, bolo, just for the talking chatty. There is a purpose, there is a calling, there is a call, there is it's a vehicle. The ability to talk is to pass a message, and this message is a story, it's a narrative telling our story as a way to preserve the memory of what have happened. It might sound to you very obvious, but today, mainly in the time of electronic communication instead of speech, it's not obvious that what we say has a meaning, and the meaning carrying a story, and the story need to be mediated to the other. Sometimes we talk in the internet, but you don't listen to the tone of speech, to the rhythm, to the voice of what is the color of the voice which is said. And we see how that diluting our ability to communicate. In your voice, when you speak, you can deliver your feeling, whether it be anger, so you can write a WhatsApp and put 4 or 5 exclamation mark, or let's say you're a bit embarrassed, you're not sure, and you can put a few points, but it is not a substitute to how a real voice, a real speaking of human to human can transform the message in the most clearest of way. And the most important is that the voice, a human voice speaking, creates intimacy. Speak with your children. Tell the story to your son, tell the story to your daughter. The person sits and tells a story to his daughter. The grandmother is sitting with the grandchildren. The auntie sitting with the niece or the nephew. The child listen to his father, and they talking. They're creating a whole world in how they speak to one another, like the word that the Lord has created in his speech. There is an entity embracing both of those who are participating in the dialogue. In 2 weeks, it's going to be Aaron's Greenblatt's Barmi, Parashat Yitro, the 10 Commandments. And how much emphasis we put on the commandment, honor your father and mother. We teach about how one should honor his father and mother. We complain that the youngsters today do not respect their father and mother, but maybe we should think about the honor, the respect that the parent needs to have toward this message of parenting. The parents, the father and the mother, or the fathers or the mothers, are they are acting on behalf of the culture, and they are passing to the child the richness, the texture of our collective memory and of our cultural heritage. And the first commandment of the parents is that thou shalt tell your children. Thou shalt tell your children. That's the commandment on the parents, not on the child. The child must honor, and they will do it to the best of their ability. But you obligated as a parent to tell your children that story. Because if we don't do it, we are growing up the generation of mute people who don't have a story. They don't have to inherit. They haven't inherited it because we didn't give them the tools. And this thou shalt tell your son. It captures in the how we call what we do in the Pesach. It's Haggadah, from telling the story. And it also teaches us via the story, the parable of the 4 children, the 4 sons, that there's more than one way to speak with a youngster. There are several kinds of youngsters, and there is a relevant way to speak to each one of those youngsters. This is the 4 children in the Haggadah: the wise, the wicked, the simple, and the one who doesn't know how to speak, how to ask. Talking with the next generation, it's our obligation, it's our commitment, it's our commandment, it's our duty. This is expressing the acknowledgement of the parents in the great privilege and right and present that was given to us to deliver, to transform, to pass on the story of our ancestor onward. I cherish this gift that I was given. All of us, the ability to speak with our kids and to share with them the heritage. Through talking, to discussion, there is connection. People are connected, people coming together. There is intergenerational discussion between the parents and the grandparents and the children, the boys and the girls. And God have taught us that our speech have a creating power, a creative power. We call God, we ask God, but when we lift up ourselves from the prayer book, what is it that we find? What is our voice that we find after we say, God, help us? It is said, it's a known expression, abracadabra, abracadabra, it's in Aramaic, shall be done as I say. Ibra, like Bolam Divra Chirutei, Ibra is shall be created from Bria, creation, like again in Kaddish, Bolam Divra Chirutei, Kedavra, Kadavra, as I speak, Davar, Devarim, Abra, Kadabra, it shall be created as I say. Our words create reality, and they set the nature of relationships, the nature of communication between us and our dialogue, the person that we speak with, whoever that is. They can bring us into motivation, inspire us, or despair us with according to what is said and the tone in which things are said. We should not take it for granted. We should be very cautious with it. But even when we say, thou shalt speak with your children, there is more than the words and more than the voice. There's a commandment first to find opportunities to have the dialogue with our kids. That's a commandment. You should find the opportunity to sit with your children, with the youngsters, to speak with them and to share with them the story. Now we know that we all have unpleasantness, uncomfortableness, insecurities. We are not comfortable to speak. We are not comfortable to sing, to be heard singing. We might don't want to get into a discussion that might be unpleasant, uncomfortable, challenging, values that we will have to confront, things we wouldn't like to acknowledge, behaviors that we do not appreciate and we've been through, and things unpleasant might come into discussion. So maybe don't open your mouth, don't get in trouble. But the call, thou shalt speak with your children, is a call for us to get over this insecurity and embarrassment and silence and the divides, and just reach out and talk to the other. Because when we make the time and we sit with the other parts of the family, with the youngsters, with the others, we make the time, we tell the historical connection, we also tell our own story. First as a family, and second, that we are building now new memories. We are building the communication now as we communicate between us and the youngsters. So the words are being redeemed. We're going from galut, exile, to geulah, redemption, from far away to closeness, from constraint into space, infinite space of words who are spoken with dignity. And that's our own exodus. Each one has, in every generation, b'chol dor v'dor, there is exodus. B'chol dor v'dor chayav adam. One must see himself as if he went out of Egypt. Not tomorrow, not later, now, jetzt, now. Be'etzem hayom hazeh, in the midst of this day, like the Israelites went out of Egypt. Shabbat shalom, my friends, and thank you for listening to me. Shabbat shalom. On Wednesday, we had a memorial, and I was asked, would you do the alternative Aleinu? And I wasn't really up to it, but I think we should do it now, and then we will move to the Kaddish. Let me just check the chat. It has been okay, Simon. So can you do you want to do the announcement? I just want to do the Aleinu, but I just need the names. Let me just, I can collect the names in a second. I got them here. Just a second. How did that happen? Are you already on that, Simon? I was about to put it in the chat. Sorry.
That's not me. That's Russell, I think.
Yeah, it was me.
Okay, I put it in the chat. Let me do the alternative Aleinu just first, okay? I invite you all to sit still. Let's do it. I invite you all to sit still, and we'll do this recitation together. May I be peace. May I be freedom. May I be loving kindness. May my family be peace. May my family be freedom. May my family be loving kindness. May my community be peace. May my community be freedom. May my community be loving kindness. May my people be peace. May my people be freedom. May my people be loving kindness. May my enemies be peace. May my enemies be freedom. May my enemies be loving kindness. May all living beings be peace. May all living beings be freedom. May all living beings be loving kindness. Amen, so be it. Amen, so be it. Amen, so be it. Simon, then go ahead, introduce the Kaddish, and we'll read it together in 598. Go ahead, Sim.
You want me to introduce the Kaddish or you want me to do the announcements?
I thought you said you want to say a few words before the Kaddish.
No, I've just got community announcements. I can do them now or later. Plus,
Okay, then let's finish with the Kaddish. Sorry. Okay, so first we want to mention Liba and all those who are here with us today from the Kellen Orbach family. I also was in communication with family members in Israel who send their regards. That's the first thing. And the second is the second person who passed this week and it influenced us is Trish Cockerell, Chris' mother, who is related, a kin of Jody and Morgana Siegel. Other than that, as a community, remember today Alfred, Bernitz, Desmond Crowley, Lester Feynman, Herbert Hodes, Eve Manekevich, Brian Marcus, John Marks, Nitzria Rosenberg, and Myrna Stempler from Baba Ludman led us. And I think there was one more name that Samuel and Ashley Samuel. Okay, thanks for that. Can you take the spotlight away? Can you remove the spotlight? Let's just read it together, all of us, 598, the Kaddish. Those who would like, those who have your side and the Orbach family, please lead us, 598. Let us recite together. יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה, בעלמא די יברח חירותי והמליך מלכותי, בחי יכון וביום יכון ובחיי דכל בת ישראל, בעגלה ובזמן קריב, ואמרו אמן, יהי שמי רבה מבורך לעלם ולעלמי עלמיה. יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם, ויתנשא ויתעלה 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 לשמי דקודשה בריחו, לילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה תושבחתה ונחמתה דאמירן בעלמה ואמרו אמן. יהי שלמה רבה מן שמיה וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום ממרומה והוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ועל כל בני אדם ואמרו אמן. To you, Sim.
thanks so much. Liba not being here leaves a huge hole in all of our lives, and also so many lessons that she's taught us. And Margaret wanted me to announce that there will be a celebration of Liba's life on Sunday, the 16th of January at 7 p.m. And if people would like to share memories, to please email Jess Auerbach, and I'll put her email address in the chat in a minute. And she just adds that the reason it's at 7 o'clock is to accommodate people in San Diego and New Zealand. So that's on the 16th. I'll put the details in the chat. And Liba's passing also showed just how strong this community is. And I just wanted to say huge thanks to everybody who supported Margaret and came together, and Ruth and Tony, Tessa, Jessica, Rabasar, Leslie and Robin, and everybody else who's been there, who's really shown us that Liba was all about community, and that the communities come together. And while we think about Liba and things that have happened, we're also starting to open up everything again this coming week. And this, my thing, the Sami project, starts again on Thursday. So If anybody would like to donate sandwiches or fruit or anything else, if you could please drop it off as usual Wednesday at the shul so that we can take it to Hillbrow. And apparently people have been asking every Thursday for their delicious sandwiches and fruit. So we really want to get going again. Then also next weekend on the 14th and 15th, there's the first youth sleepover and Shabbaton, which will be happening at the shul. So for details of that, please look in the bulletin. And then finally on 17th, which is Tu B'Shvat, there will be a Tu B'Shvat event and a launching of work in the shul's garden. So I hope you'll be able to join us for that. I don't know if there's anything else anybody wants to add, but otherwise, thank you so much, everybody, and Shabbat Shalom.
Thanks. No, I think that's recaptured. That's capturing most of it. That's capturing most of it. If you want to join the sleepover, or you have youth who want to join the sleepover, please speak with Kendra Mukasa. Details there. Rory, I said we'll do Enke Eloheinu, but can I put a video to the end? Can I put a video in the end? Listen, there is this Adon Olam by Salomon de Rossi, again, 500 years old Adon Olam. Listen to that, and we'll be done. Then stay for a minute to say Shabbat Shalom, okay? Adon Olam, 500 years old. Here we go. Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Shabbat Shalom. Thank you, Rabbi.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Tomorrow,
Thank you,
Rabbi.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Shabbat Shalom.
Everybody.
Shabbat
Shabbat
Shalom.
Shalom.
Everybody.
Rabbi,
Oh,
everyone.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom,
Shabbat
everyone.
No, stop it.
Shalom.
Shalom,
Hey,
everyone.
Shabbat
Shabbat
Shalom.
Shalom.
Judy, did David come? David come? David come?
What?
Cheers, Meryl. Cheers, Neville. Bye, Margaret. Bye, Sim.
Bye.
Bye.
Shabbat Shalom.
Bye,
Everyone who
everyone.
wants to
Good
tomorrow,
week.
9:30 live here in Shul. Bye, the Jordan family. Bye.
Bye.
Hey, Peter.
Who is that?
Hmm? People are.